Rome, 1960s. The city is shaken by a crime wave. The police cannot keep up with the criminals who escape with the latest fast cars. The criminals who escape practically rule this city. Until one day, a police officer comes up with a crazy idea. Let's buy a Ferrari. Yes, you heard right. A Ferrari 250 GTE joined the police force and became a nightmare for criminals. But this was not just a vehicle. It was the beginning of a Black Panther legend that jumped from the Spanish steps, that criminals could never escape, and that was engraved in police history. So, did this Ferrari really work? Now, let's witness one of the craziest police chases in history. After World War I, Italy was trying to rebuild itself from the wreckage of war. During this difficult period, the police force's choice of vehicle was not a luxury, but a matter of sheer survival. They had to use whatever vehicles they had: old war trucks, Dodge military vehicles, and even light-duty jeeps. This scattered fleet of vehicles resembled a garage full of junk vehicles, rather than a disciplined police force. To control this chaos and prevent fake police incidents, all vehicles were painted dark burgundy. However, within a few years, the country began to gain economic strength, and the police force modernized. Everything changed radically with the introduction of a new generation of police vehicles. The most striking model to appear on the scene during this period was the Alfa Romeo 1900 Pantera. In Rome in the 1960s, crime was on the rise, and the police were having a hard time keeping up with the criminal world. Rome had become a city that operated under the shadow of crime, and the police struggle was becoming more complicated every day. A desperate police chief turned to his team and asked, "What can we do about this?" While there was a deep silence in the room, one of the team's favorite drivers, Armando Spataphora, broke the silence and made the following suggestion: "We can buy a Ferrari." This statement astonished everyone in the room. Buying a Ferrari was too expensive for the budget of the police department at the time. But Armando's suggestion quickly became a reality. The Ferrari 250 GTE began to be used as a weapon against criminals. Armando got behind the wheel of the Ferrari, and with its speed and maneuverability, a revolution against criminals was created. The Ferrari was not easy to drive, but Armando managed to drive it perfectly after receiving special training from the Ferrari headquarters in Maranello. Enzo Ferrari gifted the vehicles and in return provided advertising value. Having a Ferrari as a police car meant great prestige. However, only elite drivers like Armando could drive this car. Many police officers had difficulty controlling the speed and power of the Ferrari, and the Ferrari with chassis number 3363 was totaled in a serious accident. However, Armando's Ferrari, chassis number 399, continued to revolutionize the streets of Rome. At first, the public thought of the Ferrari as a show car. But soon, Armando achieved incredible success in chasing criminals with his Ferrari. He even quickly caught a Jaguar Mark II, thus eliminating everyone's suspicions. Armando's Ferrari became not only a vehicle in the eyes of the public in Rome, but also a symbol. During a dramatic chase in 1964, the Ferrari suffered major damage. For Armando, this vehicle became not just a car, but a legend that symbolized his respect. Armando always continued to chase criminals at full speed. This incident was featured in the 1977 film Positano's Spirit, which inspired the film. The film made the scenes of Armando's Ferrari catching criminals unforgettable. In 1968, the Ferrari was used for one last mission before being retired. At that time, it was transformed into a high-speed emergency transport vehicle, and during one mission, it completed the 225-kilometer distance to Naples in under an hour. After this last adventure, in 1972, the Ferrari was sold to a wealthy collector. The collector took very good care of the Ferrari, and this special vehicle met Armando again at an event in 1984. At this event, the 57-year-old Armando managed to come second in his Ferrari. Sadly, Armando passed away a few years later at the age of 59, but his Ferrari and his legacy lived on. It is not just a car, it is a legend, a story of heroism that has gone down in history.